Yeah, we gonna watch. Here we go. All right, Hulk versus Godzilla Death Battle. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to Death Battle, and comment down below. We are watching this live, so if you guys like to join live streams, make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, got it.
The Hulk versus Godzilla.
Marvel's Green Goliath
My
against
God.
the king of the
That's
monsters.
the animation we get
He's
now?
Wiz
Okay.
and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
My money's on Hulk. The Hulk is the personification of the enemy which lurks under the surface of us all. We have to control that enemy within ourselves, or we can't control the conduct of the world. Bill Bixby. Oh my God.
What is the Hulk? Is he man? Is he monster? Or is he both?
He's a mean green smashing machine, the angry son of the Gamma Bomb.
A weapon designed by the greatest gamma scientist of all, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner.
But just before it went off, Bruce
His name
had
is
to
Robert?
be a hero and save some dumb schmuck who was hanging around the test site. Damn it, Rick.
That day, Bruce Banner died.
And became the Incredible Hulk, a pissed-off giant who must be really glad Bruce wears the purple stretch fit.
Standing 8 feet tall and stronger than 10 million men, the
I kind of low-key thought in the olden days his pants would turn purple because like Hulk's like gamma radiation like touches the clothing and shit. I kind of thought that was not the opportunity. Why did I say the word opportunity? I kind of thought that was the point of that. But yeah, make sure y'all smack that like button if you're excited.
Banner's anger flares.
Try to reach 50 likes.
Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
But it's even more complex than that. Banner suffers from dissociative identity disorder, with many different Hulks embodying alternate personalities.
Like Joe Fixit, the original
What?
Bright Hulk. He's a cunning gangster and the only Hulk who's got that drip.
The Devil Hulk is a violent, overprotective personality that Banner unintentionally manifested as a result of his father's abuse.
Holy
What?
shit! Somebody actually drew this?
But the Hulk everyone knows, the big guy, is known as Savage Hulk. It seems
Savage
he also
Hulk.
developed from parental abuse, hence his childlike personality.
What the
Though
hell?
I'd argue he's more clever than you'd expect.
The angrier he is, the stronger he gets, with no limit.
Except for one.
Bro's a
Bruce
Saiyan?
Banner. See, Banner's relationship with the Hulk is complicated.
Oh, they hate each other.
Mostly. Occasionally, they can come to an understanding. The alter best representing this would be the Professor Hulk.
Which
a
is the one we
balanced
see in
blend
Marvel?
of Banner's brain and the Hulk's brawn.
The buffest nerd you'll ever meet. But what about when Bruce takes a step back? If he isn't trying to restrain the Hulk, what do you get?
The Green Scar.
The World Breaker!
Without Bruce's temperament, the Hulk's power and fury surges, mixing Savage's rising strength with the personality and cunning of a warlord. The Green Scar is no
Oh.
mere superhero. He's a king and a conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift 150 billion tons of rock, jump from New Mexico
Okay.
to Florida in a single bound, and shake
Okay.
all the dimensions connected by the
So in the old movies, when he was just leaping across space and time, that was no joke.
crossroads at once. He was 50 billion tons of rock, jump from New Mexico to Florida in a single bound, and shake all the dimensions connected by the crossroads at once. He was pinned down by the spear of Proxima Midnight, which holds the weight of a star, and was fine. And when we say World Breaker, we mean it. While sparring with Red She-Hulk, the two of them shattered a whole planet.
At one point, he was bound in chains forged from the essence of the first firmament, the manifestation of the first universe, which could bind eternity itself. Not even Galactus was capable of saving eternity alone, and the Hulk just broke it. By himself.
Maybe Thor should rethink calling himself the strongest Avenger, especially since the Avengers first assembled because none of them could take down Hulk on their own.
Speaking of Thor, the Hulk consistently battles on par with him, even when he held the Odin Force, with which he could command his hammer through infinite distances and match the power of Null, who killed countless Celestials. Even without
Holy
it,
shit.
Mjolnir can cross the universe in seconds.
Hulk tore a universe apart with just a clap.
What?
Good luck with that, Hammer Man. But the green guy's got way more going on than just brute strength.
As the Hulk Hulk's power stems from gamma, he can utilize and absorb it and other radiation in various ways.
Yeah, like regenerating from fatal wounds. Even getting ripped apart by Wolverine barely slows him down.
And the angrier he gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder. Did you know?
Did that nigga just hop on air? Did that nigga just hop on air like he's...
He gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder.
Yeah, I don't know. Hulk, I think Hulk got it. I don't know if he can survive in space still. Did they already say that? I don't think they said that. Because I know Godzilla, I've heard he can survive in space, but I don't know if Hulk can.
Did you know that if he absorbs enough gamma...
Because, like, low-key, what if Hulk gets too pissed off, breaks the planet, then dies because of no oxygen? But I don't know if he can breathe in space or not.
He can shoot lasers from his eyes and read people's minds?
All right.
Oh, also, he can see ghosts and give him a good old-fashioned Hulk smash.
Hulk can break through the boundaries of comic book borders themselves into the empty white between panels.
What?
Of comic book borders themselves into the empty white between panels, a gutter space beyond time and concept.
What, like how She-Hulk can for some reason break the fourth wall and talk to the reader? Oh, wait, that makes sense now. It's all gamma.
Exactly. In real life, gamma rays are electromagnetic radiation similar to X-rays.
But in Marvel Comics, gamma comes from hell.
On Earth 616, gamma radiation is an electromagnetic frequency that can manifest as either a wave, a particle, or something else. Something that nobody really understands.
Except for Bruce.
That's right. Dr. Banner is a certified genius with 7 PhDs. According to Norman Osborn, he's the 4th smartest person on the planet.
And that's comparing him to big brains like Reed, Doom, and Tony.
Banner built
That's
the
insane.
Collider Synchrotron, a machine that can scan the entire multiverse with the speed of a hypermind. He created the Gamma Core, which could rupture space-time between universes. He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk like a starship, piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier. In fact, the original intent of his Gamma Bomb was to be non-lethal, only targeting inorganic material.
But Thunderbolt Ross wanted something with a bit more boom. Hey, can't blame him.
Fearing its ramifications, Banner developed the Gamma Bomb on his own, keeping its design secret.
Insane.
In the process, he tapped into an unknown form of gamma energy that breaks down reality and mutates it beyond actuality. On that fateful day, he opened the Green Door.
You know how
What?
he said the bomb killed Bruce? That wasn't some flowery metaphor or whatever. He died and came back as Hulk.
Came back from the below place, the hell beneath hell, the
Sure.
lowest possible dimension of reality.
Sure.
It's
I'm just
trippy,
listening
but
at this
whenever
point.
Hulk dies, he goes there. Then a green door opens and he goes back to where he was before. Easy as that. It doesn't
Sure.
matter if he's been atomized, sliced up into jars, or digested.
So you're telling me
by
there's just no
werewolves.
killing
If
Banner?
he goes through the door, he's back, ready to rumble. The green door did get locked into a red door, but he's easily broken through it multiple times. Not a problem.
It turns out that third form of gamma, this anomaly from the bedrock of hell, spawns from none other than the one below all, the dark side of the one above all.
That's right. God has a Hulk, and it wants Bruce to bring about
All right.
the end of all
Sure.
things. But Hulk just said, nah.
So,
Fuck that.
what is the Hulk? An uncontrollable monster? A prison for a tortured soul? A super weapon for Armageddon?
Don't overthink it, Wiz. Hulk
Oh my God,
is
not
Hulk,
Jeff.
And Hulk's the strongest one there is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They gotta show me some of Godzilla's feats, cause this shit is crazy. Godzilla's the son of the Godzilla is the son of the atomic bomb. He is a nightmare created out of the darkness of the human soul. He is the sacred beast of the apocalypse. Damn. Let's try to reach 50 likes for Godzilla, man.
The year was 1946. The press gathered at Bikini Atoll to witness the power of the nuclear bomb. But many leagues beneath their feet, something ancient stirred.
Godzilla, the king of the monsters. He was pretty pissed off over the
I'm
worst
actually glad I get to learn
wake-up
some
ever,
Godzilla lore
so
today.
he swam to Japan for one hell of a crash out.
Japan was still recovering from the war, so seeing this mutilated radioactive monster towering high like a mushroom cloud wasn't just frightening, it seemed prophetic. The bomb was just the beginning. Man had sparked the end of times.
Complete with googly eyes. And the most
Complete with
epic
googly
roar ever.
eyes.
Over Over the years, there have been many iterations of the beast.
Between movies, TV, comics, and cartoons, there's at least 27
look like a
different
dinosaur in that
Godzillas
one.
stomping around, not including Manila, the Scrappy Doo of kaiju. Sorry, that's insulting to Scrappy Doo.
Despite the variety, Godzilla is somewhat consistent, so we'll examine his entire history, focusing on the larger releases. In most iterations, Godzilla is a rare
I've low-key seen the Shin form Godzilla. That shit was creepy, so I don't even know. I don't even know which one they gonna use, honestly.
theropod that went dormant for millions of years before nuclear bombs mutated it into a gargantuan
President of the USA and Looney Tunes?
and radioactive monster.
Standing 165 feet tall, at minimum, Goji smashes through skyscrapers with ease. He's so casual about bullets and rockets, they might as well be gnats. And the bombs did so much more than just pump up his size. He's got atomic breath.
A concentrated beam or spray of radioactive heat. With an estimated range of 1,100 miles, it can exceed
Damn.
500,000 degrees Celsius, almost 90 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
But depending on how much radiation he's absorbed, or, life energy from a giant pterodactyl, he can do way more with it.
His red spiral ray is a supercharged version that doubles in heat and power, and
Stole the
spins.
Ghostbusters
Or
whole
he
flow
can
with that
blast
one.
it out of his back and fly. Well, he could always do that.
Spins.
Or he can blast it out of his back and fly. Well, he
Sure.
could always do that, I guess. Look at
What
him
in the
go.
Donkey Kong
With enough
Country
energy
animation was
built
that?
up, Godzilla can blast a nuclear pulse out of his whole body,
Damn.
creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech piloted
That might be the game ender right there. If he can go through dimensions, what if he can go through the green door?
by
That might be the game
Hatsune
ender.
Uh-huh. There's also a number of era exclusive
Miku.
massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech piloted by Hatsune Miku.
Okay, I thought I heard
There's
that.
also a
Just had to
number
make sure
of
I
era
did.
exclusive powers. Shin Godzilla can fire rays from his tail.
And Hanna-Barbera Godzilla can fire rays from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Sure.
Effectively a living nuclear reactor, Shin possesses a natural phased array radar that can detect and attack threats automatically. And Godzilla Earth, who grew over 1,000 feet
What?
tall across 2,000 years, could make a barrier only penetrable by kaiju that can bypass physics.
And don't forget, Big G can ball with the best of them. After Charles Barkley got him his own pair of
So we're
Nikes,
using this, okay.
Godzilla got busy.
You know, it's kind of hard to emphasize just how impressively terrifying Godzilla can be when you're bringing up this sort of thing.
Oh
What the
yeah?
fuck?
Why don't you find a better spokesperson for Dr.
wants the
Pepper?
Dr.
Fine.
Pepper.
Let's talk about when his presence boiled the entire Arctic Ocean, or how he picked up and threw Biolante, which weighed 200,000 tons.
Damn.
Or when he no-sold not one, not two, but 3 meteors.
Including the Permian period extinction event that happened about 200 million years ago.
Then he went to hell, fought some fucked up versions of God and Satan, and atomic breath that Space Godzilla so hard that he blew up the whole planet. That's scary enough for you? God, I want a Dr. Pepper.
With such awesome might, he's battled the most dangerous of foes.
Okay, I don't know who's
King
gonna win at
Ghidorah
this
and
rate.
Gigan. In
I don't know
Godzilla
who's
vs.
gonna win. I didn't know
Megalon,
Godzilla
Gigan
was
flew
like
from
that.
the M Hunter Nebula to
Like,
Earth in
I knew Godzilla was like that, but I didn't know Godzilla was like that. Like, I mean, he is in the DC comics fighting Superman and Batman and shit, and he fucked both them up. So
24 seconds.
he's fucking up the
And that
Justice League
nebula
from what I
is
heard. So
30,000
maybe he
light
is
years
like
away.
that.
But sadly, oh,
Back in Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan flew from the M Hunter Nebula to Earth in 24 seconds. And that nebula is 30,000 light years away.
but sadly,
Damn.
OG Goji got done in by the cruelest weapon ever.
The Oxygen Destroyer. Developed in secret by Dr. Serizawa, this weapon could suffocate and liquefy molecules. The ramifications
Oh.
of such a weapon were so detrimental, Serizawa took the secrets of its design to his early grave.
He got lucky. It doesn't matter what you throw at Godzilla. He never really dies. You can blow off his head, explode him from the inside, or crush him in a black hole. Then he'll come back.
He came
Or
back from a
evolve
black
into an even
hole.
more powerful form. Godzilla's always possessed heightened adaptation, but many iterations clearly showcase instantaneous evolution.
That one's
And
fucking
super
terrifying.
forms. He's gone full shonen and powered up a few times. So much so, he almost kicked off a nuclear winter just by existing.
Even the oxygen destroyer could not permanently end the first Godzilla. His ghost possessed a robot, his bones summoned another Godzilla, and he rose as an undead revenant hell-bent on destroying Japan.
Okay,
Sure.
Why Japan? Couldn't he pick on some other country?
He's stomped around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same. Godzilla is intrinsically linked with Japan, a symbol of both their devastation and resilience. A reminder of the threat of nuclear war and what awaits those who peer too deeply into the unknown. But also, Japan's in Godzilla's perceived territory. To him, a stomping through Osaka is just another patrol.
He's not always
It's
so
just
bad,
another
though.
patrol.
He can be super protective, defending other monsters, his own kid, and sometimes even people. I'd say there's two types of Godzillas: the monster of nature's wrath and the guardian of planet Earth.
Well, there is a third type, but to understand that, we should first answer a question. How does Godzilla walk?
On two legs, Wiz, obviously.
But according to Square Cube law, those legs should be crushed under his own weight.
Oh,
What?
God, here we go again.
A creature like Godzilla cannot
What the fuck?
realistically exist. This proved to be an elusive question for decades, even highlighted in Shin Godzilla, until a new theory was presented in the anime Singular Point. If Godzilla can't exist in our reality, what if he's from a different one?
What? Like he's an alien from another dimension?
Exactly! What if all kaiju come from a higher plane of existence with no regard for the known laws of physics? This dimension enters our reality in the form of archetype, a transtemporal conceptual particle.
It's that red dust that's floating all over the place.
This archetype can enter any timeline to terraform the Earth and all of reality so that kaiju can exist.
What?
This theoretically explains why various Godzillas appear in so many universes. They all trace back to one singular point: Godzilla Ultima.
Sporting the wide grin of a demonic Oni, Ultima is vicious. Just walking through Tokyo started 1,000 earthquakes around Japan. Even his own blood is a weapon.
Over 300 feet tall and growing ever more as archetype distorts the universe, Ultima's existence implies a far more complex origin for all Godzillas. Godzilla is a test for humanity, a challenge laid out by an eldritch entity from a dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes, we get why that happened. But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, the shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long way from Big Lizard Smash Building, huh?
This shadow, this wannabe god, desires to play with and destroy every single universe.
And Godzilla is its avatar.
Through Ultima, this
So basically,
entity
it's
sees
like the
universe
entity
as an interactable
pulling motherfuckers in
fiction
Dead by
that
Daylight
can
and-
control causality. Ultima himself
But
is
instead
a
of pulling motherfuckers into Dead by Daylight like the entity, he just puts them in different universes. That shit is insane.
singular point, one of many gateways through which the entity can tamper with reality.
Think of it this way. If something happens that the entity doesn't like, it can just say, that thing didn't actually happen, and presto, it no longer happened.
That's not to say such an event can't happen in the moment of occurrence, but the entity disconnects cause and effect and nullifies events in retrospect without regard for time.
And now my head hurts. TLDR, Ultima tried to bring about a catastrophe that would end the universe in like a week's time. So, a wacky robot and a time-traveling Alexa used a supercomputer and this familiar-looking doohickey
The orthogonal diagonalizer.
to zap all of archetype
Sure.
into its final form, cutting off the entity's connection to the universe.
But not killing it. Because while each Godzilla has its differences, one thing remains certain.
Godzilla is immortal, and that makes him the king.
Yeah, I don't know who gonna win. I don't know who gonna win.
Look at the skulls.
Like, I actually just don't know who gonna win. This shit might be crazy.
Battle.gg.
Here we go.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I don't know who gonna beat whose ass. I'm not even gonna try to act like I know which Godzilla that is.
So far, the evacuation
I'm not even
is-
gonna try to act like I know.
Look,
So that would be what we call the normal Savage Hulk. I didn't even know normal Hulk like had like a name or like a nickname. I just thought Hulk was Hulk, bro. Is that the Rivals model? Yeah, because that's definitely gonna work, Banner. That's definitely gonna get him. Come on, Banner, don't embarrass me. My money's on you. Oh my god. Oh!
All right, Hulk. Time for me to.
But it ain't gonna work.
We don't want any trouble.
No! Hulk stays! Stays!
For me to take over. All right, Hulk. Time for me to take over. We don't want any trouble.
No! Hulk stays!
Insane. So it's like he also has control of Hulk too. Like he can communicate with him. Do some like mental mindscape. My eyes. Damn! The animation quality is actually insane though.
You think you're strong? I scan the world!
Oh! Oh, knocked his damn cranium off. Oh my god. Knocked his damn head off. That regeneration factor is actually insane though. I didn't know that you could just like behead Godzilla and then he's like, he comes right back. Yo, make sure y'all hit that like button for Death Battle, man. This is insane. Death Battle locked in. Clapped all them damn clouds away. Ooh! Wow, they really got the nuclear scale of like both of their fucking attacks right. I'll give them that. He just like it's like Hulk just has a response, but then Godzilla comes back with that regeneration factor. Oh, it's that fucking smoke. It's that entity thing. I didn't even know there was like a god at play with Godzilla. I just thought Godzilla was there by himself. Just annihilated Hulk. Broke the red energy through the door. Right back. Yeah, I feel like they're just gonna kill each other. I feel like this is gonna be a draw. Like that no one's gonna win.
I think I understand.
They both have too much bullshit. They're just gonna kill each other. So the entity just summoned a new Godzilla, right? Or is it the same one, but it's like mutated? I would answer y'all, or I would.
Godzilla has grown in size.
I would read the comments right now in the chat feed, but I'm kind of scared someone's gonna spoil it.
But we believe we are.
Yeah, they just died. I don't even know why you flying around Godzilla.
How does it work?
Well, smash.
Is that what I think it is, or is that not what I think it
Into
is?
one and rising. That's the odds. Chance to nullify the madness behind the monster.
What the fuck?
2 + 2 is 5. A right angle is 80 degrees. This element is beyond what we can perceive. Like gamma. 1,000 times. 1,000,000. 1,000,000,000,000. I just need one.
He's just using death to come back and come back and come back to beat his ass while calculating how to kill him. To break the dimensional barrier? Oh shit! Nah! Banner's crazy. Nah, Banner's crazy. Banner's actually insane. He fucking broke the dimensional barrier to get inside of that guy's world and kill his ass. Damn! But it was like, so it was basically Banner versus a god.
We did it.
Banner's got that much intelligence to beat a god? That's insane.
Okay, run this by me. What happened?
It's
What
complicated,
happened?
so let's break this down into 3 categories. First up, power. Most versions of Godzilla can shrug off black holes and extinction level events, tag beyond light speed foes like
Some Godzillas have defeated characters like Thor and Superman in the comics, but these scenarios involve off-comic gags or elseworld variants with unique circumstances and less power than their mainline. Oh!
Gigan blow up planets. However, the Hulk is beyond that.
The big guy clapped a universe to bits and shook the infinite dimensions linked to the crossroads. In a straight fight with a classic Godzilla, 616 Hulk smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima,
Wait, I didn't even peep that.
616 Hulk smashed.
Did he like just rip his mouth open? Or did he like stab him with his own little back scales? No, I think he just kind of ripped his mouth open or some shit.
Smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima
Okay.
changes things. The entity sees all of space-time and can manipulate its results at a whim. No matter how strong the Hulk got, Ultima could potentially negate it.
But Hulk broke chains made of the first firmament, which could overwhelm eternity.
An abstract concept of a being not in
In the Singular Point novel, Plops suggests Ultima can lose by connecting it to an episode where it is defeated, essentially manipulating meta-narrative. This is one of the multiple proposed methods, physical combat combined with the orthogonal diagonalizer is determined to be the most effective option.
entirely unlike Ultima's entity.
Even a small piece of the first firmament could break the multiverse. Plus, Hulk kept up with Odin Force Thor, who is also on a celestial level of power.
So the gap in power becomes nebulous. Still, unless Hulk could remove Ultima from the equation, neither held a clear advantage in power and stats.
Especially when you look at
They were
their
definitely even.
immortality.
This was practically a never-ending death loop. Even with their healing factors, both could technically kill each other, but then just come right back.
The green door instantly appears when Hulk goes to the below place, and the
That's crazy. They were talking about the green door earlier, but I didn't pick up that they said instantly. So Hulk can just die in any comic, probably not any comic, but Hulk can just die, I guess, in some comics and just come back. That's some crazy shit.
higher dimensional entity could always summon a replacement Godzilla avatar, so both Hulk and Godzilla could not stay dead.
Unless they could somehow prevent what was happening in those other dimensions. So let's examine the layers of their multiverse.
Marvel multiverse, Godzilla
Marvel's
multiverse.
cosmos has infinite higher dimensions, which themselves are transcended by the astral plane, the superflow, and so on until you reach the House of Ideas.
Superflow Eternity, Neutral Zone, Far Shore, Beyonder's Domain, White Hot Room, Land That Couldn't But Shouldn't Be. What the
The
fuck?
domain of the one above all.
Since the one below all mirrors the one above all, the below place mirrors the House of Ideas. Get it?
In comparison, the cosmos of Godzilla's multiverse is just as vast and infinite, but does not have the same sort of transcending layers above and below. This means the below place, the Hulk's respawn point and source of power, is out of the entity's reach.
So the real question is, if they both can't die and Ultima's entity can't affect the below place, could Hulk
Hulk broke up Practical Eternus, an unbreakable contract in reality shown by the eldest child of the mother horrors, entity beyond existence, and the older one that above all. Considering the difference in the scale of their cosmologies, this outclasses even the most charitable interpretations of the entity in Singular Point.
somehow stop the entity before it destroyed the universe?
It all comes down to Gamma and Archetype. Ultima was defeated in the anime by using a trans-temporal superdimension calculator operating at infinite speeds to activate the orthogonal diagonalizer, turning Archetype against itself.
Ultima endlessly spews this stuff, so there's plenty to work with. And Hulk can reach into comic book gutter space, so he should be able to reach through a singular point. But that's not enough.
Fortunately for Hulk, it just so happens he knows someone who, like scientists who have defeated Godzilla in the past, is an expert on particles from a greater dimension that mutate reality beyond our understanding.
Who made a device
That
with
shit's
those
crazy.
particles that break space-time, like the diagonalizer? Who made a super
Finding the code for the OD is defined as a NP complete problem. The NP complete problem, a real-world classification of difficulty. Banner's intellect is comparable to 6160 Reed Richards, who solved P-space complete problems in mid-combat and even high. Oh my
computer
God.
that scanned the infinite multiverse
That's
with
crazy.
the speed of a hypermind, like the dimension calculator. Hell, the guy made an interstellar radio out of sticks and stones in a matter of days, and even built an ultimate nullifier. It's like he was made for this.
The Green Door waits for no Hulk, including Banner. Even if Ultima's catastrophe destroyed the universe, the door could deposit
Wait, what? Godzilla briefly mutated from gamma radiation in an Elseworld comics it's possible that this mutated Godzilla could appear in the below place, but it must be out of the entity's reach and no longer usable. Hulk can absorb gamma radiation out of Godzilla. Damn.
Closet Banner in a different universe, and he could continue the fight.
He had all the time in the infinite multiverse.
There was only one way this could end, and only one person who could make it so.
Even among gods and monsters, man was the ultimate weapon.
The winner is Bruce Banner.
I don't know why, but that shot of Banner kind of goes hard. All right, what's the next
time
death battle?
on Death Battle.
Okay, Ruby versus
Subscribe and join.
Ruby versus Maka. Okay, I don't know who any of those people are, so I guess it would be safe to watch the next death battle. That shit was crazy though. That was actually insane. Like fucking Banner having to die every like 5 seconds just so bro could solve